parent to my parent. My name is Iana, and I'm a caregiver to my mom who's currently battling frontotemporal dementia. It's been a minute since I made a video, but life has been lifing. And it's just been very overwhelming. And I just had a birthday, so I kind of just was rejuvenating and just really taking in my new year, my solar return, as they say. But anyway, this episode today, I wanted to talk about the signs that I saw before my mom was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. So there were signs that we did see before she was diagnosed, but not knowing those signs would be frontotemporal dementia. So I just wanted to discuss those signs with you guys, and that way you can see my journey, and if anyone who else is on this journey just feels less alone. So the first red flag was her getting lost. The first time she got lost, she went to go pick up my aunt from the airport. We lived about 10 minutes away from JFK, and she ended up in Whitestone, which is about an hour away. And when she was driving, we were just like, "Where are you? Pull over." And she just didn't stop. She didn't like use any type of common sense, you would say, to stop and come back home. And it's not like she's never been to JFK. And at the time, I mean, JFK is pretty crazy right now, but at the time, it was actually JFK has always been crazy to me. So I could get how you get lost, but if you live 10 minutes away, you shouldn't be ending up in Whitestone. But anyway, after that time, she's gotten lost frequently. And when she's gotten lost, she didn't know how she got there. We didn't know where she was. So those are the signs that I know some people may look at like, oh, okay, my parents getting lost, hee hee ha ha. But please just pay attention to those signs because it can be something deeper that we don't understand. The next thing that we noticed was her overspending. My mom was very good at managing her money. She just was that girl when it came to her finances. And when she started just overspending and just not managing her money, we would just ask her about it, but she would get very defensive. She knows what she's doing. So, like, we didn't push too much on it, but at the same time, it was just very unusual for her to like not manage her bills properly or manage how she's spending her stuff. So that's another sign we noticed. So please be on the lookout for that with your loved one when it comes to their finances. If a sudden change is like drastic and you're like, please try to take over because it could be too late and you don't want to be in that predicament. And finally, the last sign we noticed was her being depressed. She kept telling us she was depressed and she was just saying she's just not herself. When we did take her to the doctors, they would put her on antidepressants and just more medication. And I felt like they just needed to run her blood and just to see what else could be triggering it because to me it wasn't just depression. I knew it was deeper. Sometimes you just have to listen to your gut because these doctors will tell you anything. Like even for yourself, you have to be your biggest advocate, and for your loved one when you're caregiving, you have to be their advocate. Sometimes they can't express what they're feeling, but you have to be stand your ground, and you just have to be know what you're talking about, and that way they'll listen to you because believe it or not, they will tell you anything to just get you out and see the next patient and not really take you seriously. So when it comes to your loved one saying they're depressed, take it seriously because it could really just be a hormonal imbalance, and they just have to get their levels and everything checked. And if they had did that when she was at that stage, I felt like things would have been different. But I try not to look at that in the past and just be like, oh, things could change. But just be your loved one's advocate because it could be very crucial in the diagnosis. We eventually pushed for an MRI, And that MRI changed everything for us. It was the answer that we needed as a family. She was finally diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia in 2019. And at that time, we didn't know what dementia is. Of course, we had to educate ourselves. We were asking a million questions to our doctors and just looking it up. But it just made sense to why she was getting lost and the overspending, the lack of communication. Because frontotemporal dementia just primarily affects the frontal temporal lobes of your brain. So it affects the person's cognitive skills and their language, behavior, all of that stuff is affected when you have FTD. So when she finally got her diagnosis, it was just a relief for our family because we can finally address what the real issue is. So, guys, if you are noticing any changes in your loved one, you know your person better than anyone. So, you need to advocate, you need to ask questions, and you need to trust your gut if something is wrong. This journey isn't easy, but I promise you, you guys are not alone in this. If you're interested in hearing on more tips and my experience as a caregiver, please subscribe and join our community. And thank you guys for watching.